From the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
A few clouds throughout the night tonight. It will be dry for Friday night football games. Lows near 63. A little bit of patchy fog early Saturday morning. Otherwise, some sunshine for the afternoon. Warmer highs near 86. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Harrison Silcox. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
On 93 WIBC.
So let's rock it!
Well, Hammer, that was quick. The 50 illegal immigrants that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis flew to Martha's Vineyard got the boot this morning.
They were kicked out of Martha's Vineyard?
Well, you know what? I'll get to that in a second. Here's a sign hanging in one of the stores, one of the restaurants at Martha's Vineyard. It says, it's a very virtue signally. I saw this on Twitter. A very virtue signally sign. The island of Martha's Vineyard. We respect women. We value black lives. We stand with our LGBTQ community members. We stand with immigrants, with refugees, with indigenous people, and with people of all faiths. We stand with our community. All are welcome here. Fast forward to early this morning. 50 migrants on a bus to a nearby military base.
Now,
That
wait a
didn't
minute.
take long.
Hold on. I was told by people like Gavin Newsom that was considered human trafficking. If you put the migrants on a bus and you take them to somewhere where they can better live their lives, according to people like Gavin Newsom, that's human trafficking.
I will say, according to the LA Daily News, the quote-unquote migrants volunteered to get on a bus to a nearby military base.
Well, sure.
They volunteered. But let's be clear, those people at Martha's Vineyard, the elites, the rich, the people in gated communities, the people whose it'd be impossible to get to their house, it'd be impossible to live where they live just by virtue of the property, the value of the property there. Let's be clear, those people wanted them out of there. And if some of those illegal immigrants wanted to stay, do you think that still probably would have been somewhat of an issue? Okay, so I know so according to the LA Times or the LA Daily News, they volunteered to get on the bus. But make no mistake about it, those people at Martha's Vineyard, as welcoming and as inclusive as they are, all breathed a big sigh of relief.
Think about this. They have thousands and thousands of vacationers and visitors every single month, but 50 migrants come in and it's DEFCON 1 around the neighborhood.
They probably all could have stayed in Obama's bathroom and been very comfortable. And look, I'm glad they're getting help. I'm glad they're getting the attention they need. They all got on a bus to some Cape Cod military base, and they're going to go from there. But I love how the mainstream media says, no, they volunteered to get on this bus just to protect Martha's Vineyard.
Right.
Just to protect the elites from looking like they kicked them out of their little cozy island there off Cape Cod.
One of the normal visitors to Martha's Vineyard is one Joe Biden. He spoke a little bit today about what Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott of Texas did when they sent the border crossers to Democrat hotspots.
My predecessor tried to end DACA, but the Biden-Harris administration is working to preserve it and fortify it. And with Secretary Mayorkas' leadership, we're committed to fixing the immigration system. Instead of working with us on solutions, Republicans are playing politics with human beings, using them as props. What they're doing is simply wrong. It's un-American. It's reckless. And we have a process in place to manage migrants at the border. We're working to make sure it's safe and orderly and humane. Republican officials should not interfere with that process by waging these political stunts.
No. You don't get away with that because you, Joe Biden, and your administration has been doing this exact same thing for over a year and a half. You've been loading up illegals onto planes, flying out in the middle of the night and dropping them off into various parts of the country.
And could someone please enlighten me as to what the process is down at the border? You can't interfere with the process. Last time I checked, Trump had a pretty good process because border crossings skyrocketed once he left office because directly as a result of Joe Biden's border policies.
And I love that the Martha Vineyard Chamber of Commerce put out a press release calling this a humanitarian crisis. It's 50 people. 50. There are more people that arrive in party buses and VIP flights that come into vacation than that. But 50 folks who might not look like you, who might not have the same amount of money as you, boy, that's a problem. Well, now you know how the folks at the border feel, except for times that by about 25 or 30. We talked about this yesterday. There are some border towns that if you look at the numbers being reported, there are more people crossing the border into their town than their official town's population. And now you've got a humanitarian crisis at Martha's Vineyard. Give me a break. You've got Ken Burns, this filmmaker.
He does the documentaries.
He does those documentaries.
That's pretty good, actually.
He compared sending the migrants to Martha's Vineyard to the rise of the Nazis.
Oh, boy.
Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, says that flying the migrants to Martha's Vineyard has reached a new low. And then Greasy Gavin Newsom of California, he said he's going to look into whether or not they can file federal kidnapping and human trafficking charges against Ron DeSantis because he loaded them on a plane and sent them to Martha's Vineyard. Now, that news got back to the Florida governor today. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron DeSantis.
So the governor of California sent a letter to the Department of Justice saying you need to prosecute Texas and Florida governors. And all I can say is I think his hair gel is interfering with his brain function.
Here's the thing that drives them nuts, Nige. Most of the Florida Democrats that are complaining about this signed off on this and voted for it. Back a couple months ago, the legislation in Florida had a bill in front that had $12 million earmarked to transport any illegal border crossers. It was there.
Interesting.
And for the most part, every Democrat, give or take a few, voted for this, including the biggest surrogate for Charlie Crist, who's running against DeSantis for the governor's seat, Annette Tadow. She was the one who spent the entire day today virtue signaling about this. She voted for it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when, Frank and Kerry, the climate czar, John Kerry, lectures everybody about climate change and then turns around and boards a private jet. Like, who wants to hear a lecture from somebody about open borders? We need to open the borders. We need to be all-inclusive. We need to let everybody in, while they're living somewhere that is closed off to everybody, right? I mean, especially because of costs of housing and property taxes. They're behind gates. The people that are calling for this kind of thing, these kind of progressive laws that let people in, are all doing it from behind the walls of their giant multi-million-dollar mansions, which nobody will ever be able to access.
Tom Homan is the retired ICE director. He spoke earlier today about what he's seeing in terms of immigration.
But I want to make one comment about what we just heard. They said it's inhumane, it's cruel, they're invoking religion. Look, you know what's inhumane? You know what's cruel? It's just open borders. And these sanctuary cities incentivize illegal immigration. What's inhumane is we've got over 1,300 migrants have died on U.S. soil since Joe Biden became president. We have over 100,000 Americans have died from fentanyl overdoses because of the open border. We have 31% of women making that journey with the criminal cartels that get sexually assaulted. We got children drowning in the river. That's inhumane. That's cruel. And these sanctuary cities are part of the problem because they incentivize people to come to this country illegally to get to their city to be protected from ICE and other law enforcement.
And this is on the heels of this report from Arizona that 300,000 fentanyl pills seized at the border in a raid. That's a lot of fentanyl.
You can kill a lot of Americans with that.
Let's shift gears just a little bit. We have a Nancy Pelosi update, which means, Mondo, we need the official Nancy Pelosi music.
Is that necessary?
Everybody in their mind can see Nancy Pelosi's face on that stupid little bike, just pedaling and pedaling and pedaling.
She's 82 years old. Is that completely... That's out of line.
So the Democrats apparently are starting to have some conversations about who's going to replace the old Wicked Witch if indeed the Democrats lose the majority in the House. A couple of the Washington insiders joined CNN earlier today.
If we manage to hold on to the majority, hey, maybe Nancy Pelosi would want her to stick around. But if we don't, then her time is done. And we're going to want to move past her for a number of reasons, including generational reasons. Of course, that leaves a lot of drama in her wake, trying to figure out who would possibly replace her. But most believe that she also sees that November, the end of this year, is probably the end of her time in Congress.
Let's talk about the drama. What is the drums here on who might replace her?
Hakeem Jeffries, he's already a member of leadership. He is considered likely the front runner. He's been fundraising. So is Adam Schiff. He's been going all around the country, raising money, trying to win support in case he can get there for speaker.
Minority Leader Adam Schiff. How does that sound to you, Nigel?
Well, it's definitely not going to be Pelosi. She's out the door. What do you think? She really wants to be minority leader in a lame duck administration? Because there's no way Biden's running in 2024 anyway. And Adam Schiff, whatever. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter to me as long as the Republicans are in control of the House.
It feels like it's Hakeem Jeffries to lose, which is going to be great for this show because he's an idiot. And we're going to have tons of fantastic audio to play because, again, I can't stress this enough. He's an idiot.
He's got that Russian collusion evidence somewhere still, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, both of them do. Schiff and Jeffries. They've got a timeshare where they put all the Russian collusion evidence in. All right, somebody that is not an idiot, somebody that is a very smart, intelligent, very disease-free, good-looking man is Matt Bear.
I thought you were going to say somebody else for a second there. We're looking at the east side, southbound 465. There's my disease. Southbound 465. Stop and go traffic. East 56 down to Penn Pike. Earlier traffic hazard, and that has cleared. Southside eastbound 465. Slow in pockets from 70 over to Emerson Avenue. That delay continues in the northbound lanes on the southeast side. 74 to Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by Beacon Roofing. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get roofers what they need when they need it. Go to BECN.com to start building with Beacon today. Beacon, always building. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Should be a beautiful night if you've got plans, whether that's Indians game, a concert, some high school football, whatever it is. Beautiful night tonight. Right now, it's 84 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Everyone knows that soaking in Epsom salts can make you feel better. Now imagine soaking in Epsom salts in a Royal Spa hot tub.
Ah, Royal Spa. When physical therapy didn't work, when rest and medication didn't do the job, when your doctor says now's the time, rise up to back and neck pain with spine surgery from IU Health. We offer convenient access to highly skilled spine surgeons from Indiana's only nationally recognized healthcare system. Our team of multidisciplinary specialists work together on the best surgical option to get you back to doing the things you love. Visit iuhealth.org/spine care to learn more.
Come back to the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. 2 shows. Sunday, December 11th, Cambridge Fieldhouse. Millions have made this their must-see holiday event of the season. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestras, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, The Best of TSO, and more.
I found that when I started using drugs, that everything just went away.
Before I even knew that I was addicted, I was addicted.
The opposite isn't recovery, it's connection. That's how you beat addiction.
I had to learn to love myself, to feel like I was enough.
It takes one person to believe in you for you to believe in yourself.
Go to knowthefactsindiana.org to learn more about opioid and substance use disorders, treatment, and recovery.
Hubler has all the top brands: Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ford, Acura, Honda, Mazda, Nissan, and more. And every new vehicle includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Looking to sell your vehicle? We'll pay you top dollar, even if you don't buy ours. Take it from Brooke Hubler.
You can get a car anywhere, but you can only get a warranty like this at Hubler. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Visit drivehubler.com.
Hubler has it all.
Warranty available on new vehicles except certain models, not transferable or available on leases. Copy of the warranty is available for review at the dealership.
All-Star Roofing, Siding, and more. It does more than just siding. They did a bunch of siding work on my house. It looks great. But if you need new gutters, gutter covers, you got to be proactive. One size gutter cover doesn't fit all. Most companies has that one size fits all policy. Not All Star Roofing. They custom fit your covers, and they do an excellent job.
I can testify. Tom Myers, the owner of All Star, came out to my house, got up on the ladder, looked at my roof, changed a few things on my gutters, and was in and was out. And this is why I keep going back to All Star Roof Siding and More. They've been in the business for over 25 years, and they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. If you need help with your roof, siding, gutters, painting, interior and exterior repairs, the only place to go to, All Star Roof Siding and More. 317-522-6409. That's 522-6409, or go to allstarroofingsiding.com and tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
When the weather turns severe, turn to the WIBC Storm Desk, presented by Technology Recyclers. Business electronics recycling. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by thehomeloanexpert.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show on 93 WIBC.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Big night of hip-hop downtown Indy and up at Ruoff, Hammer. There's
Said the whitest guy in the room.
There's a big night of hip-hop in the city, guys.
You kids like the hippity hop, right?
Kevin Gates at White River. I'm a big fan of the Suicide Boys. They're at Ruoff. They're a hip hop duo.
You guys like the rap?
You like the hip hop, and then a gentleman by the name of Black Bear at Old National tonight.
Okay,
so lots of concerts. I'm going to the Indians game tonight. It's going to be a jam-packed. It's going to be a beautiful evening.
Are they still doing Friday fireworks?
I think so. I mean, we're going to stick around and find out.
Okay.
For sure. Let's go to Canada. Dateline Canada. They're having a problem up there in Canada. They're looking for a guy who's been posing as a reflexologist.
What the hell is a reflexologist?
Guy does foot massages.
Oh.
Like a foot massage expert.
So this guy's been posing as one just because he's some weirdo with a foot fetish.
His name's Rex Ryan, former coach of the
Forgot
Jets.
about that.
Notice dude is giving random women foot rubs in parking lots against their will.
Against their will. So
I don't know what the point is. Telling somebody you're a reflexologist. No, it's okay, ma'am. Stay still. I'm a reflexologist. If you're doing it against their will, I don't know what the point of telling somebody that is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what profession you are. If you're doing it against their will, stop. Full stop.
Does the missus demand foot rubs?
Every once in a while.
Really?
Every once in a while, but I suck so bad at it, she loses patience, and she's like, all right, just stop.
That's the only kind
I hear that a lot.
That's the only kind of massage I've ever had in my life. Any sort of professional massage, that's the only kind I've had is like a foot and leg massage.
Really?
My wife, when she was pregnant with our firstborn, we had couples massage. It's like Woodhouse Day Spa, I think, something like that. And I didn't want the traditional like shoulder. I wanted like my feet. Like I was standing on my feet a lot. I think I was working like in logistics at the time, part-time radio, full-time, and in this giant warehouse. So I was on my feet a lot, and I was like, yeah, man, let's see what that feels like. And I fell asleep, dead asleep.
Would you get it again?
Oh yeah, awesome. I mean, it's been a decade, but that's the only type of professional rub down that I've had.
You haven't got the Robert Kraft treatment? You haven't gone into a back alley and just tipped him $20 in cash and said, you know what daddy likes?
No, my bar hopping days are over. It doesn't happen anymore.
Mondo, can I get a little mood music on a Friday? So let's go down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, Nige. In 2014, that was the last year that the Colts won a football game in Jacksonville.
That's an unbelievable stat.
The number one song in America was All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor.
Okay.
43 years ago, I was 1 year old, getting ready to turn 2. The number one song in America was not The Devil Went Down to Georgia because it only peaked at number 3. So on this date, 43 years ago today, this was the peak of The Devil Went Down to Georgia. I would have bet the farm and the mortgage that topped the charts because that was a monster for Charlie Daniels, right? It was featured in movies and there's line dances to it and everything. I would have thought for sure it would have been number 1.
Nope.
So, Nigel, being the resident Nickelback fan that you are. And
we just came in with Nickel. That was, what did we come in with there?
What was the name of that?
Never Again. Yeah, Never Again. That's off one of their first albums, Silver Side Up.
For those who are new, I'm not saying this to be like, wacky or tongue-in-cheek. You legitimately defend Nickelback to all the haters. You've been to concerts.
They rock.
They put on a good show.
I wish there's a lot of hip-hop in Indy tonight. And I'd like to go see some Nickelback if I don't say so myself.
So, you know the original Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yes.
Where are you, Mr. Nickelback, with their version of The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Well, the devil bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat. And he laid that gold guitar down on the ground at Johnny's feet. And Johnny said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again.
This is Nickelback.
I told you once, you son of a... I'm the best that's ever been.
Yeah!
Oh, we've got White Man Overbite. We've reached White Man Overbite in the studio.
I like the riff. I like the rhythm guitar. I don't know if No. You got to have a fiddle in there. I don't know if you're covering Charlie Daniels, man. I mean, right. I like that heavy riff in the background, that rhythm guitar, but you got to have the fiddle.
Right. You can still rock it out, but you're going to have to put the fiddle in there. If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band, and if you're going to cover The Devil Went Down to Georgia, the same rules apply. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately, like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible gateway.
When you bet with FanDuel, especially in the NFL, you're always going to find new player or game props that you like. And here's the cool thing. FanDuel lets you combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's going to be perfect for this weekend's game. Say you're a Colts fan. You want to bet on the Colts. You could go Colts -3.5, combine that with the over, then throw in Jonathan Taylor for anytime touchdown scorer. Love the same game parlays, but it's just one of the reasons I bet with FanDuel. It's easy to use, it's easy to get signed up, and you have fast withdrawals. And right now, new customers could get up to $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win. So that's with promo code WIBC. Download the app, use our promo code WIBC. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Indiana. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
The reality of owning property is that it can sometimes become a burden. Maybe you own a vacant, condemned, or foreclosed property. Maybe you need to move fast for work or a family emergency. Perhaps you inherited a home, got a divorce, or just can't maintain the home you currently have. Getting free of that burden with cash in hand is easier than you think. Enhanced Property Solutions makes it simple for you to sell your property fast for cash on the date you pick. Any condition. No realtors, no fees, no hassles. EnhancedPropertySolutions.com or call 317-676-2050.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
They think he's their suspect. Clear skies and 82 downtown with a low of 62 tonight and no chances for rain. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:31. A woman was shot outside of a daycare on 10th Street near North Holmes this morning. Police found the man they believe to be the suspect a few hours later.
Downtown district officers were able to locate that vehicle within the 10th and Delaware area. Shortly after, an officer-involved shooting did occur.
IMPD officer Simone Burris, the suspect, was shot by police and taken to the hospital, awake and breathing. Police are still investigating what led to the shootings. The governor of Massachusetts has brought in the National Guard to help move migrants from Martha's Vineyard. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal has more.
Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker says the state's emergency management agency is helping move 50 migrants who arrived there from Florida to Joint Base Cape Cod, where they'll get temporary shelter and meals. The move is voluntary. Thursday, Martha's Vineyard housing coordinator Lisa Belcastro said the migrants have to leave, that there's not enough housing.
We can't house everyone here that lives here and works here.
Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis said his state sent the mostly Venezuelan migrants to Martha's Vineyard, saying they should go to sanctuary jurisdictions. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Even though Indiana is not on the border, State Attorney General Todd Rokita is telling colleagues at the We Are All Border States Summit that states in the middle of the country are even affected.
Now, contrary to the media narrative about this mostly being mothers and children, it's actually single adults that represented 64% of all crossers that we know about.
Rokita in a video released earlier this year. The president and First Lady Jill Biden will make their way to Great Britain tomorrow for the funeral of Queen Elizabeth. The state funeral is Monday at the Westminster Abbey in London. Thousands of people have already been standing in a line that is miles long to pay their respects. And the SUV carrying Representative Jackie Walorski was driving around 82 miles per hour and was trying to pass another vehicle when the crash happened, say investigators. The head-on collision happened last month and killed Walorski, two of her staffers, and the person driving the other car. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:34.
This is the sound of someone taking a free test walk in personally fit arch supports at the Good Feet store. Music to our ears. Just like the words of Randy and Dennis, real customers who decided to give Good Feet arch supports a try with a free fitting and test walk.
In the morning, it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel.
Working at an amusement park and being on my feet all day long, extreme pain every day. Trying so many different things over the counter, none of it worked.
When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was all about me.
She brought out these 2 little arch supports, tried them on, walked around the store with them, and immediately felt better. It's amazing.
Your day becomes better and the sun shines. It's a good life.
See how our trusted specialists and personally fit arch supports can help with foot, knee, hip, and back pain. Stop by the Good Feet store for a free fitting and test walk today. Your good life starts with Good Feet.
Don't just live with the pain. Discover your options at the Good Feet stores in Indy.
With traffic at 3:35, here's Matt Baer.
All right, Harrison, looking at the sign southbound 465. Stop and go traffic, Penn Pike down to 74. Southside eastbound 465. Stopped in parts from I-70 over to Emerson Avenue. The whole stretch is bad. Right now, inbound 65, slow 21st to the north split. And on the northwest side, northbound 465. Stop and go traffic, 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Help Faber's B Window fight ovarian cancer during September. Remember, B-Window will donate up to 1% of sales to help fight ovarian cancer. Visit bwindow.com for symptoms and details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
A few clouds throughout the night tonight. It will be dry for Friday night football games. Lows near 63. A little bit of patchy fog early Saturday morning. Otherwise, some sunshine for the afternoon. Warmer highs near 86. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Harrison Silcox. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
And we're back. The Hammer and Nigel Show, 93 WIBC.
Is this the concert you're going to tonight, Nigel?
I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to the.
All right, Nigel. Who
who
is this? Is this Suicide Boys, Black Bear, or Kevin Gates?
Oh, it's Kevin Gates.
You are correct.
Kevin Gates is at Kevin Gates is downtown at White River, and then Black Bear's at Old National, and then the Suicide Boys are at Ruoff. And up until today, I'd never heard of either, all three. But I'm a big fan of hip hop, though.
You kids in the rap.
Yesterday we were talking about Mayor Pete Buttigieg. He's still Mayor Pete to me,
right?
Even though he wants to move past South Bend and pretend like it never happened. You know, he moved.
Well, if I were him, I'd want to pretend that never happened too.
You know, he lives in Michigan now, and how people are kind of whispering his name for 2024 if Joe Biden doesn't run, which is ridiculous. He doesn't have any accomplishments.
But he's likable, though,
you
man.
know, he won in Iowa. Wait a minute. He wrote a sternly worded letter to the airlines as Treasury Secretary.
You laugh, but look who won. You can laugh at Pete Buttigieg, but look who's in the White House right now. Shakes the Clown is in there.
I know, but he has a history. He worked under Obama. He has a huge name. He's been in the job. He's been in Washington for decades. Mayor Pete couldn't even fix the potholes in South Bend. Sound familiar?
One guy can't walk upstairs, and he's the commander-in-chief, though. Like, I know it's ridiculous, and I think both of these guys are total zeros here, but I don't think you can discount Pete because at least he's likable. I think he's more likable than Kamala Harris is.
I think you can discount Pete if Joe Biden, A, does not run, and B, Kamala Harris decides to run for president in 2024. I know this is I like talking about this stuff. I think it's fun. I think it's fun talking about the midterms coming up and discussing certain possibilities of outcomes in Pennsylvania and Georgia, and even I guess there's really nothing here in Indiana.
Oh, hold on. I just got a text.
Yes?
I got a text. I hate to interrupt you.
Oh, okay.
This is from my friend Matt. Why are you talking about Pete Buttigieg when you haven't played his theme music yet?
Oh, that's right. Let's do it.
Buttigieg rocking everywhere. Buttigieg rocking everywhere. Buttigieg rocking everywhere. Buttigieg rocking everywhere.
So now we're taking requests on the Hammer and Nigel show.
Now, my only point about running, you can't run against Kamala Harris if you're Pete Buttigieg. That would be a disaster.
You're a white man.
But see, here's the thing, though. She's a woman of color. Gender and race play a factor. But he is a white man, but he is also gay. Oh. So I wonder if they cancel each other out.
Right.
Like, you can't play the rich, entitled, elite white privilege card if you're also gay, though, right? And
right. I need some sort of like key. Like back when we were kids and you'd study maps, there was a key or a legend that would tell you what's going on.
You'd be able to play it with Gavin Newsom, Twosome.
Right.
You'd be able to play that card. He's rich and tired. He's got a big winery, but with Pete Buttigieg, you're not allowed to criticize him because he's gay.
Right. And honestly, it feels like that could erase all of his shortcomings. Well, he wasn't that good of a mayor in South Bend. Yeah. There's questions about what he used to do at the Kinsey Institute. Right now, our travel industry seems to be at an all-time low. We just barely avoided a railroad strike. Airlines are out of control. There's not enough workers. The prices are sky high, but he's gay, so...
Well, he is a transportation secretary, and he accomplished what he set out to do when running for president in 2020, and that's all he wanted. He knew he didn't have a shot. He almost won in New Hampshire, won Iowa, but, eventually he just wanted in the cabinet. He wanted an invite to the party. Right. That's what he got.
To advance his career, sure. Right. So Mayor Pete, and that's what we call him, appeared on CNBC. And normally when you appear on one of the BCs, whether it's NBC, NBC, MSNBC. It's usually friendly fire. But he was kind of grilled on that tone-deaf White House celebration they had the same day that the economy numbers came out and showed inflation high, food at a 40-year high, everything more expensive. Take a listen to the question and then the very thought-out and amazing response by Pete Buttigieg.
We're all, worrying about inflation, and we got some data points this week that were a little bit shocking. And there's a lot of discussion about that ceremony on Tuesday. And while you were listening and watching what was going on, was it clear to you at the time that that was a mistake? That to be popping champagne corks about conquering inflation on a day when the stock market at that very moment was down almost 1,300 points, over 1,200 points, after another really horrific inflation report. Did you say to yourself at that time, what are we doing? This looks really bad. No.
Okay, thank you. Nothing to see here.
No.
Thank you for joining us, Pete Buttigieg.
Next question. Next question. Who is he, Drew Rosenhaus? Next question. No. Next question. No. Next question. No. The optics of that this week were incredibly horrific. Just awful. Inflation's up. I mean, the food prices alone, that thing, up 10, 12% since last year. That's people are paying 10 to 12% more for food than they were last year. And like that guy said there on the Squawk Box CNBC, you're popping corks? That was bad optics? You think that was bad? No. Next question. No.
All right. Thank you very much. Mega Mondo TKW. The Kyle Wells hit me with that vaccine stuff. Pharmacies, antibodies, side effects, vaccine stuff. So, Nigel, did you see the Marine Corps has rescinded penalties for service members that were seeking the COVID vax religious accommodations?
Yeah, it's starting to crumble. It really is. So there's still some sort of mandate for the military, but they weren't even looking at religious exemptions. Now they're starting to look at those and accept those as a reason not to get the COVID vaccine. I think what you'll see here, look what's happening around the world. Who was it? Was it Denmark yesterday?
Yes.
They're not even allowing people under 50 in Denmark to get a COVID vaccine anymore. It's not being made available for people under 50 unless you have severe underlying conditions, because they know that this disease, or whatever you want to call it, this cold, this coronavirus is not that lethal to most people. And I don't know, the risk benefits for something this new booster shot that hasn't been tested thoroughly, they're just putting it out there without any sort of human testing. I think they tested like 8 mice on this thing. Like it's I think we're slowly but surely finally seeing people, and even the administration, say, all right, we're losing some good people here. And people that have lost their jobs because of vaccine mandates, now that we know that it can't stop transmission and it can't stop infection, they either need to be rehired, they need an apology, or they need back pay retroactively for people, especially the frontline workers, the healthcare workers that worked amidst the coronavirus for a year before there was even any sort of vaccine.
And I'm glad you bring that up, because there's a piece of audio I've been meaning to play for you. It's been a crazy week with a lot of things going on, but this definitely warrants our time. So Brendan Fogarty, he's a former New York City firefighter captain.
I heard this.
Captain. He said his 20-year career ended after his religious exemption from COVID vaccine was denied. Take a listen to what he had to say to the city council. This is an amazing address.
I served for 20 years, and I went from being essential to being disposable from the mandates. And my religious exemption was denied, and I received those threats of termination, and I retired. I would love to go back to my job. I gave my best years to this city, 20 years, from 21 to 41, and then they take it away at the peak of my earning career. I made it to captain. I went through that process. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I was allowed to work in this city, but I wasn't allowed to eat in a restaurant in this city.
Thank you very much.
I was allowed to work through the pandemic, but I wasn't allowed to eat in a restaurant. I could wear the uniform, go to a burning building, but not eat here.
Thank you.
What's wrong with you people? Trust the science. You guys are up.
Thank you.
And listen to that. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, that's enough. Thank you. Thank you. Shut up and let that man speak.
He's earned every right to take his time.
At the very least. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's enough. Thank you.
And that big, rousing round of applause behind him.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
When physical therapy didn't work, when rest and medication didn't do the job, when your doctor says now's the time, rise up to back and neck pain with spine surgery from IU Health. We offer convenient access to highly skilled spine surgeons from Indiana's only nationally recognized healthcare system. Our team of multidisciplinary specialists work together on the best surgical option to get you back to doing the things you love. Visit iuhealth.org/spine care to learn more.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, the beach is just the beginning. Because here, there's so much more to explore. So let's paddle, and maybe even parasail. Let's hit the trails, the coffee shops, the quaint boutiques, and craft breweries. And then let's indulge in some fresh seafood with a sea view. From the Gulf Coast to the Bay, there's something for every taste and every interest. So let's make the most of every sun-drenched minute, and let's shine. Start planning your next escape at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Maine Kenny here. Kenny Maine here. All right, that one was on me. And hey, for new Caesars Sportsbook app users, your first bet's on Caesars. So if you don't win, you get it wrong, you get up to $1,250 back as a free bet. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app and sign up with the code RADIOFULL.
Open to new users in Indiana who are 21 or older. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as a credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Oh no, there's water everywhere.
Dad, a pipe broke. My poor carpet.
We need a plumber.
And fast. Roto-Rooter does plumbing. We need somebody to clean up this water. And Roto-Rooter does water cleanup.
As soon as I can find the phone in all this water, I'm calling a bunch of people.
I told you, Roto-Rooter does both. 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Wait, Roto-Rooter does plumbing?
And water cleanup? Yeah, they do both. 1-800-GET-ROTO.
What's their number? Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter!
A new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store is now open in Meridian Meadow Shopping Center. Get ready to save up to 70% off thousands of items from your favorite athletic brands. Check out can't miss deals for the entire family, including tees, tanks, hoodies, sweatshirts, leggings, joggers, footwear, and more. Plus, new styles arrive weekly, so there's always more from the best brands. Check out your new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store for the grand opening celebration this weekend in Meridian Meadow Shopping Center.
Indiana adventure is near. Come to Grant County this year.
Ready for some high-energy excitement and fun? Head to Jonesboro, Indiana, September 23rd through 25th for the Jonesboro River Rally. Amazing stunt bike riders, a cool bike show, fun field events, and a cool light show, and rockin' live bands all weekend long. Get details at showmegrantcounty.com. Grant County, Indiana. Classic cool.
Indiana adventure is near. Come to Grant County this year.
The Alzheimer's Association invites you to participate in the Walk to End Alzheimer's, the world's largest event to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's and dementia care, support, and research. Registration is free. Sign up today and help bring us one step closer to a world without Alzheimer's and dementia. Get the details and register at alz.org/walk. That's alz.org/walk. alz.org/walk.
The bidding wars are ending, and it's officially a buyer's market. So what are you waiting for?
Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Clark, host of Consider This, found right here Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Grab a cup of coffee and join me as we talk about things you should consider affecting your financial future.
Help B Window fight ovarian cancer. During September, B will donate up to 1% of sales to help fight ovarian cancer. This is Pam Faber, bwindow.com for symptoms and details.
Trust me.
Matthew W. Bear, what is the condition of the roads?
We are looking at eastbound 70 heading towards Hancock County, and this is a disabled semi in the travel lane. Yeah, it's in a construction zone, so you can imagine the backup right now. We're looking at about 2.5 miles back to German Church Road. Then a crash on the southwest side, Kentucky Avenue, south of 465 at Norcroft. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Help favors B Window fight ovarian cancer. During September, B Window will donate up to 1% of sales to help fight ovarian cancer. Visit bwindow.com for symptoms and details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
84 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
And we're back. The Hammer and Nigel Show, 93 WIBC.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. That the band you're listening to right now, the song "I Write Sins Not Tragedies" from the band Panic at the Disco. There was some added panic to a Panic at the Disco concert in Minnesota this week. A fire broke out on stage during the show. Listen to this. This is a fan that was shooting video at the time. First, it was kind of concerning, and then everybody sort of celebrated when they used extinguishers to put it out on stage.
Fire on stage. Fire! Fire! There's a fire. Fire! He doesn't know. Fire! Fire!
Oh, man.
They put it out. It was part of pyrotechnics there, and then the band went on, and they didn't have to cancel the show. Brendan is the kind of the lead singer-songwriter for Panic at the Disco, just kind of danced around until it was under control. But I mean, that fire at a concert, if you're indoors, man, that's a serious thing. Now, it looked like they were at a larger venue, but you remember the band Great White.
Oh, yeah.
Loved Great White back in the day. 80s band, hair band.
Once
hair rock
bitten,
band.
twice shy.
Yeah, exactly, man. 03, they had a huge fire in Rhode Island at their concert, killed 100 people, including their guitarist, if you remember that. So
right.
It's a big deal, especially the smaller the venue is. And again, pyrotechnics were involved with that fire. But yeah, that freaked me out a little bit if I was at a fire in an enclosed space and it starts on stage. But everything's fine. And I just retweeted that video if you want to check it out, the Panic at the Disco fire, at Hammer and Nigel on Twitter.
Always got to look for those exits, man. Whenever you're going out somewhere,
yeah.
Always find an exit and think ahead of time.
That's when I go to the Kevin Gates concert tonight.
Big news at CNN. They've announced a new morning show. They're going to roll out a new morning show sometime in October featuring Poppy Harlow, Caitlin Collins, and Don Lemon.
Doesn't Don Lemon already have a gig at night? He's got a primetime show.
Not anymore. Now he's going to be doing the morning show on CNN. Now, this new show is going to be replacing the current lineup with John Berman and Brianna Keeler. Their ratings are a dumpster fire.
Yeah, so they think Don Lemon's the cure-all for their ratings because these ratings are so good at night. We're going to put them on in the morning.
And Caitlin Collins is the reporter that usually covers the White House. I don't know if she's going to continue doing that, but they're slapping her on this horrible, horrible morning show. And, this is going to continue being in third place. You're not going to beat Morning Joe. You're certainly not going to beat Fox and Friends.
Is it demotion for Don Lemon? Or is it, what do you think? One primetime spot for another? They're both primetime spots. Just depends on where you think you see the best fit.
In cable news, though, I don't know if they view mornings as a primetime spot. In radio, absolutely. But in cable news on television, I don't know. Here's Don Lemon talking about it.
I was presented with an opportunity that I can't pass up at this network. And we have a new boss who is a morning show impresario. And he wants a morning show that will kick off the editorial direction of the network every single day. And I am honored that he asked me to do it. And for all of those who are out there saying, oh, he moved me and without my... He asked me and I said yes. I could have said no. This is my show. I have a contract for this show.
Wrong.
I decided that I would take him up on that and take this journey with him. So this is not someone moving me. And by the way, this is not someone saying, you must move to the right, Don Lemon, and you must not be so, give so much of your perspective. None of that has happened. All of that is fodder for Twitter, which is not real. So stop it. I was not demoted.
Yeah, well, if you have to tell people you weren't demoted, then I got news for you.
You were demoted. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hubler has all the top brands: Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ford, Acura, Honda, Mazda, Nissan, and more. And every new vehicle includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Looking to sell your vehicle? We'll pay you top dollar, even if you don't buy ours. Take it from Brooke Hubler.
You can get a car anywhere, but you can only get a warranty like this at Hubler. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Visit drivehubler.com.
Hubler has it all.
Warranty available on new vehicles except certain models, non-transferable or available on leases. Copy of the warranty is available for review at the dealership.
Hammer here for Indy's hometown sportsbook, Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers, Indiana. Hey, if you're going to be betting this Colts game this weekend, Colts going down to Jacksonville, a 3.5-point road favorite. It keeps going from 4 to 3. Keep an eye on the injury report. That's going to be very key if you are somebody backing the Colts. Maybe, if you're unsure, take a look at that total. Over or under 45. Maybe that could be a play. College football on Saturday. Not a great slate of games, but some interesting matchups that you can make a lot of money with. And remember, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, there are parlay promotions with Bet Rivers. Saturday, if you hit your college football parlay, 3 legs or more, you could get an additional 20% sprinkled on top. NFL Sundays, make a 4-leg parlay, but if you miss just one, you get your money back up to $25. I'm telling you, nobody takes care of the players the way that Bet Rivers does. That's why I, the degenerate gambler that I am, will only play at Bet Rivers because they take care of the players better than anybody else. Bet Rivers, Indiana. Must be a resident of Indiana, 21 and over, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet and security for just $60 a month when you add mobile and save $480 your first year. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and autopay. New Comcast Business 250 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep all services for 12 months to receive discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our tractor lineup rated #1 in durability and owner experience, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home a Kubota BX Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $700. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Fishers and Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota, or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes, there were 2 shootings this morning. The cops think they're connected. A man has been charged with attempted murder after a Thursday standoff. And Sasha Nixon reports on an apple orchard you might want to visit this fall. All that and more after Fox News Radio from the Shepherd Community Center studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Is a legal fight coming over migrant busing? I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The White House deferring that question to the Justice Department after California's governor suggested kidnapping charges could be warranted as Republican governors send migrants to other states in what White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre continues to call political stunts.
Because these governors care about creating political theater than creating actual solutions to help folks who are fleeing communism, to help children, to help families.
The White House says it's working on solutions and the process should be followed. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis defends flying migrants to Martha's Vineyard.
What we're continuing to do is use every tool at our disposal to insulate the state of Florida from the negative ramifications of his reckless border policies.
He's among the Republicans who argue the president is failing to secure the border. Back-to-back warnings about a rising risk of global recession, first from the World Bank and today from FedEx. But the Biden administration is staying the course despite high inflation, with senior advisor to the president Gene Sperling telling Fox's Martha McCallum.
We think we're moving in the right direction, but we understand everyone wants to move quicker. Everyone wants to bring prices down. And as you know, our goal is to do that in a way that doesn't give up these historic job gains, the greatest job growth in our history.
But the renewed fears enough to keep rattling the market. The Dow down 140 points at the close, pairing some heavier losses, though. President Biden meeting with the visiting president of South Africa months after their abstention in a UN vote to condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We really need to make sure we're fully understand one another.
President Biden emphasizing U.S. trade relations with South Africa, calling the country a loyal player on the world stage. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They've ID'd the suspect. Sunny and 84 downtown with a low of 62 tonight at a clear radar. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. A woman was shot after dropping off her kids at a daycare on 10th Street near North Holmes. Witnesses saw the possible suspect's car and police tracked it down and shot the man driving.
One adult male has been transported to an area hospital and has been said to be awake and breathing.
IMPD officer Simone Burris, the man was shot at 10th and Delaware, just a few miles away from the daycare. Police said the two knew each other and ID'd 33-year-old Orlando Mitchell as the suspect. They're still investigating, but Delaware Street is expected to reopen by tonight. A woman is in the hospital after she was shot early this morning on the east side. IMPD said the woman was found shot in a residential area off 56th Street, just west of I-465. One person was detained, but officers did not say if that person was the shooter. Attempted murder is one of the charges against one of the men accused of holding police off with gunshots Thursday morning in Indy.
As officers with the IMPD SWAT team were approaching the building, shots were fired from inside of the building.
You might remember that from Lieutenant Shane Foley with IMPD. That was on Mass Ave at 34th and Arlington. Brian De La Torre was the one doing the shooting, say police. Inside the building, cops found fentanyl, diesel, and several chemicals. That had them worried for a while. It could be a meth lab. As summer moves into fall, you might want to visit the Apple Works Orchard in Trafalgar. Sasha Nixon tells you why.
We grow 70 different varieties of apples, some of which you can't find in the grocery store. We also sample apples and try to accommodate every customer's taste.
That's Sarah Brown, one of the orchard's owners, talking to WIBC. At the Apple Works, you can also pick your own pumpkins, eat homemade treats like apple dumplings, and enjoy family-friendly activities. The pumpkin patch opens September 24th through the 25th. You can visit the farm 7 days a week. Head to apple-works.com to learn more. Sasha Nixon, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Recession, inflation, rising interest rates. Wondering what today's economic challenges mean for you? Join Edelman Financial Engines on Tuesday, September 20th at 2 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern for our brand new virtual event, The Economic Storm of 2022 and Your Wealth, a roundtable discussion hosted by best-selling author Gene Shatsky and featuring wealth planners from Edelman Financial Engines. You can register now at planefe.com. You'll get timely insights into today's market situation and learn steps to consider now. Are you making the right financial moves? What could you be doing differently? Don't miss this important virtual event. Join Edelman Financial Engines for The Economic Storm of 2022 and Your Wealth. Hosted by Gene Chatsky on Tuesday, September 20th at 2 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern. There's no cost to attend and no obligation. Register now at planefe.com. That's planefe.com. Edelman Financial Engines. From here forward.
Denny Smith here for Sundown Gardens. Their big fall sale kicks off Friday with 20 to 50% off nursery and perennial items in stock. And Saturday is their fall open house. See their fantastic selection on mums, too. The kids can pick a pumpkin or a sunflower in the Sundown Gardens You Pick patch. Kids' activities, live music, and more. That's this Saturday at Sundown Gardens from 9 to 5. Sundown Gardens is at 186th Street and Springmill Road. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram and find out more at sundown.gardens.com.
With traffic at 4:05, here's Matt Baer.
All right, Harrison, we have a crash now on the northwest side in the Pike. It is southbound 465 to southbound 65. Ramp is open. It is partially blocked, and it is slow. Now, Hancock County, we are stopped traffic on eastbound 70 starting from Mount Comfort Road back for a few miles to Mithofer Road. Because of a stalled semi in the construction zone that takes out all the lanes of traffic, and I'm using US 40 until this thing clears and the traffic clears out. Traffic sponsored by DoMyOwnPestControl.com. You need a lawn care pro and a pest control pro. You can have both in one guy. You. DoMyOwn.com will help you get there with pro products, pro knowledge, and pro support. DoMyOwn.com for the pro and you. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
A few clouds throughout the evening hours tonight, but it will stay dry for those high school Friday night football games. Lows fall to 63. Some patchy fog possible early Saturday morning. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies for the afternoon. Highs top out near 86. Mostly clear Saturday night. Lows near 64. And lots of sunshine, warm for your Sunday, the last weekend of summer, highs near 86. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Harrison Silcox. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
On 93 WIBC.
So let's rock it!
Yeah, the 50 illegal immigrants that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis flew into Martha's Vineyard and dropped them off got booted out this morning. So that was quick.
Did you say 1,500, Nigel?
50.
Oh, just 50.
It was a humanitarian crisis.
And they melted down over 50.
You know, not only that, I mean, the typical Democrat response was to call DeSantis racist. These are racist policies. These are inhumane policies. These people are in here. They hit the lottery. Are you kidding me? They got to come to this country illegally, cross the border, then flown to one of the nicest areas in the world.
Right.
And now they're being taken care of. They got bussed out of there they went to a nearby, I think, military base. Now, I'm not saying it's the conditions are the best, but whatever they're living in now is 100 times better than what they came from.
So go back a month ago, and if you would have asked one of these folks, all right, you're going to wake up in Venezuela, and a month from now, you're going to be at Martha's Vineyard in the United States. Do you take this deal?
Yes. The answer is yes. 10 out of 10 out of that S-hole country. And by the way, I don't blame these people for coming here. It's the Joe Biden policies that actively recruit. I mean, they need donors. They need voters. Their policies are to get as many people from other countries in here to vote for them as possible and to make a pathway to citizenship. I don't blame them at all.
And find a way to make sure they get ballots. It doesn't matter if they're here legally or if they have a driver's license or not. And if you question about why they don't have a driver's license, then you're a racist, Nigel.
Here's the thing I'm thinking, and the same thing happened. Texas, Governor Abbott had the same thing. They bused a bunch of immigrants to Kamala Harris's residence. The VP. I think really a missed opportunity in Martha's Vineyard. Everything I saw out of Martha's Vineyard was people complaining and whining and saying, "Oh, we can't do this. We can't accept these people," even though there's, inclusion and equity signs hanging up everywhere in Martha's Vineyard. We accept all are welcome here. But then you have the mayor or whatever, or whoever runs the Martha's Vineyard say, "We can't have these people here. We got to get them out of here." What an incredibly missed up. Like if Kamala Harris would have come outside her residence and set up tents and set up facilities and brought in porta potties and ordered 500 pizzas and said, "You know what? I don't like what Governor Abbott did. I think it's unfair, but I'm going to take care of these people until we can get them to where they need to be. I didn't see hide nor tail of Kamala Harris. I didn't see anything like that in Martha's Vineyard. All I saw was a bunch of whining and complaining and name calling.
For 50 people.
50 people. I'm sure there were volunteers at Martha's Vineyard. I think there were, but I didn't see anybody. I didn't see any millionaires, offering up their homes to anybody that wanted to stay here. You read the LA Daily News, and they made sure to protect the people of Martha's Vineyard. And here's how: they volunteered. The immigrants volunteered to get on a bus to a nearby military base. Yeah, I want to be very clear. Let's be crystal. Those people in Martha's Vineyard wanted them, the illegal immigrants, out of there in any way possible. They wanted them out of there.
And this goes both ways, too. Those people volunteered to get on the bus to go to D.C. Those people volunteered to get on the plane to go to Martha's Vineyard. Nobody had a gun to their head and said, get on the damn plane.
But just think of the optics of Kamala Harris going out there and walking amongst those people and saying, you're welcome here at my place. Because that's the criticism everybody on our side makes, right? Oh, yeah, you're all virtue signaling. You all love the open border concept, but you don't want them at your place, do you? What if she would have just went out there? I mean, the pure optics alone. I mean, she doesn't care about these people. Nobody cares about these people. But she would have done it for the politics, just for the sheer politics of it, and the optics of it. You should have gone out there. You should have. I don't know what her estate looks like. I don't know where this place is that they dropped him off, where her residence is or whatever. But set up tents. Spend your own money to buy them food.
She could have elevated herself.
Absolutely. It's a missed opportunity, even though it would have been purely political. What are these? I mean, what are they thinking? It's missed. And the same with Martha's Vineyard. They just immediately resorted to name calling, racist policies, and we don't have room for these people. I mean, anybody else would have been called a racist for saying things that person said. Was it the mayor, the town councilwoman, or somebody with that blonde, curly-haired woman from yesterday? We played the audio. Anybody else would have been labeled as a racist for what she said.
Right.
Missed opportunity.
And it's not just Martha's Vineyard. Lori Lightfoot of Chicago.
Yeah.
Miss, we're a sanctuary city. The minute she got called on her bluff, the minute some of these migrants arrived, she loaded them up in a bus and took them to a suburb out of Chicago. Like, this is the thing. If you're going to call yourself a sanctuary city, if you're going to virtue signal and say, we're better, we welcome everybody, we're inclusive, then you don't get to put them on a bus 24 hours later and say it has to be somebody else's problem. It doesn't work that way. This is Karine Jean-Pierre,
oh boy,
White House press secretary, talking about what's going on at the border. And again, I don't really know who this reporter is, but the reporter asked a very interesting question.
On the situation along the border, crossings are up, drownings along the border are increasing. We've been to one time recently where the morgue is overwhelmed by migrant deaths. Are you confident, and do you feel that the situation at the border is under control? Are you doing enough?
So what we have been doing is doing the work that wasn't done by the last administration. We are fixing a broken system.
Fixing a broken system? Look at the numbers of border crossers when Donald Trump was president compared to what's happening now. What are you talking about?
She doesn't have any answer for that. She doesn't give any examples of what she's talking about. She doesn't give any specifics of what she's talking about. And the numbers don't lie.
And she's bad at her job. She probably doesn't know what she's talking about. She was given her job because she checked off a number of boxes, but Karine Jean-Pierre is bad at her job. Here's another example.
They should ask Texas Governor Ted Cruz and Florida Senators Marco Rubio and Rick Scott.
Oh, Texas Governor Ted Cruz. He's not the governor, Karine Jean-Pierre. He's a senator. Sweet mother of God. This is like the easiest stuff. But you're Ron Burgundy, and you read it right off your notes. You read it right off the prompter that somebody else probably wrote for you because you don't know what you're doing. Again, I will never agree with the things that Jen Psaki had to say. We agree on politics pretty much about everything. but she was good at her job. She went out there and polished a turd the best way, and at least her arguments made sense for the administration. Karine Jean-Pierre butchers a lot of stuff. It's embarrassingly bad. So, with all of this stuff going on, with the migrants going to D.C., the migrants going to Martha's Vineyard, ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Carlson.
People who make and advocate for certain policies should at some point have to live with those policies. But until now, they haven't had to. Bill Gates goes to Martha's Vineyard. So does Oprah, James Taylor, Spike Lee, Amy Schumer, and many more. And all of them, everyone is a much better person than you are because they support diversity. And now, for the first time, they're going to have some diversity. But it's just the beginning. Martha's Vineyard will need many, many more illegal aliens, tens of thousands more until the island is no longer majority white. Only then can it be a good place. Yet at the same time, the people who currently go to Martha's Vineyard are going to have to keep going there. They can't run away to somewhere else. That would be immoral. It would be, as Michelle Obama has told us, white flight.
So that's Tucker Carlson last night. A little tongue-in-cheek, little smart-ass, snarky response to the Democrats using their own verbiage.
But you know what? It goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the segment. What a missed opportunity. If you want to get purely political and you're concerned about optics, why wasn't Michelle Obama and Barack Obama opening their home to those people? Why wasn't Oprah or Bill Gates said, hey, you can use my place? Nobody said that.
Doesn't Spike Lee have a joint there?
I have no clue. I don't know, but you know, billionaires live on Martha's Vineyard with room for 1,000 people, and nobody stepped forward. VP Kamala Harris could have done the same thing, and instead they resort to name calling and labeling.
They're all hypocrites, every one of them, from Lori Lightfoot to Kamala Harris to the Obamas. They had the opportunity to look like the champions of all things good, and instead they looked like the McCloskeys outside of St. Louis with their guns pointed at the people that broke into the neighborhood. Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
All right, we're looking at about 65 stop 21st Street to the north split, and Hancock County, man, going out to Greenfield here today. It is bad eastbound. 70 stop traffic, Mithofer Road out to Mount Comfort Road. A semi broke down in the construction zone, took the whole thing out, so I'm using US 40 instead. That is your better option. Traffic sponsored by Dell Technologies. Dell semi-annual sale event has arrived. Save big on PCs with Windows 11 Pro. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call 877-ASK-DELL. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, everybody at Martha's Vineyard with a bunch of McCloskeys. They all look like a McCloskeys out of the back with their guns.
There's Barack and Michelle with their guns in front of their 10 house mansion.
Those migrants pull up and then all a bunch of McCloskeys. They turn it into a bunch of McCloskeys. Oh, God, Jesus.
85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
Inspired by your strength and a balanced approach to women's health. Inspired by creation and all the joy you bring into this world. We're inspired to deliver the best care for every stage of a woman's life. At Franciscan Women's Health, we're inspired by you. To learn more, visit franciscanhealth.org/women's care. Franciscan Health, inspiring health.
Hammer here for Indy's hometown sportsbook, Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers, Indiana. If you would have listened to my Bet Rivers radio show last night, you would have been a big winner in that Thursday night game. We had the under 54 last night. I got a lot more picks for you coming up this weekend on Wish TV, so have your Bet Rivers account ready to go. And what's great about Bet Rivers in the weekends is Saturdays and Sundays, they have parlay profit boosts and ways to get your money back. Saturday, every college football Saturday, if you hit a parlay, 3 legs or more, minus 200 or better on the odds, not only do you win your normal winnings, Bet Rivers will sprinkle an additional 20% on top. And then on NFL Sunday, if you have a 4-leg parlay, minus 200 or better on the odds, and if you miss just one, if you miss it by one stinking game, Bet Rivers is going to give you your money back up to $25. This is why I love Bet Rivers. They're always giving you, the sports bettor, the opportunity for free wagers, profit boosts, winning more money, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So download the apps right now. Bet Rivers Indiana. Must be a resident of Indiana, 21 and over, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hi, this is Malia with Family Heating and Air, and as a mom myself, I know it's really important to keep the kiddos healthy. Air quality, humidity, those are super big issues on my concern list. If you share any of these concerns, give Family a call, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet and security for just $60 a month when you add mobile and save $480 your first year. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New Comcast Business 250 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep all services for 12 months to receive discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
The Indianapolis Ballet presents Balancing Acts, featuring the works by the great choreographer George Balanchine. September 23rd through the 25th, Balanchine's beautiful classic Serenade, the thrilling Tchaikovsky Pas de Deux, and the dynamic The Four Temperaments. Balanchine, Tchaikovsky, and your Indianapolis Ballet. September 23rd through the 25th. Subscriptions and single ticket sales are on now at indieballet.org. See you at the theater.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Trust 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to help keep your AC running strong. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
When the weather turns severe, turn to the WIBC Storm Desk, presented by Technology Recyclers, certified electronics recycling. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by thehomeloanexpert.com.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything? On 93 WIBC.
Hammer, how do we play? Is this anything?
I'll run some stories by you. You'll break down those stories, and you will tell all of us if the story in question is anything or not.
Okay.
This is a story that's been out there for a couple of days, but I just love it so much. I want an update on it.
Okay.
The Chick-fil-A employee from Florida who went viral after beating the crap out of some dude who tried to carjack this chick who was holding a baby. I love the story. I love the video. After the Chick-fil-A employee tackled this guy, he held him down until the police arrived. A female bystander with her own baby scolded the man for trying to rob somebody with a baby. There's a lot going on here.
You had a baby in her hands! How dare you!
How dare you scare her like that?
Yeah, that's awesome. The guy beat the crap out of the would-be carjacker. I think he had a stick. He had some sort of wooden, like a weapon. It wasn't a gun, but it was I guess it was bigger than a stick, like a branch, or maybe I don't know what it was, but it would have been awesome if the Chick-fil-A employee would have grabbed the stick from the carjacker and started beating himself with it.
I'm down for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and that's what you can count on at Chick-fil-A. They don't mess around at Chick-fil-A. They get you in and out of the drive-thru. I swear to God, I pulled into Chick-fil-A and I'm like, Lindsay, let's go. No, this line's a mile long. 5 minutes later, boom, we are good. We are in. We placed our order. We've got our food. We are out of there. They got it down pat, and they even apparently have some sort of policy for carjackers.
In my mind,
you try to carjack somebody in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. That's the wrong place to do it.
In my mind, this guy beat the hell out of this dude, stood over his bloody body and said, "It's been my privilege. It's been my pleasure.
God bless you.
Thank you for coming to Chick-fil-A." So good for this guy. I love it.
By the way, do you mind if I do this here real quick? I'm sorry. Is that a problem?
No, not at all, because if you look in my hand, that I started already.
So sorry about that.
Is this anything? A Chicago woman claims that she was punched in the face by a random lady over a dispute about a parking spot.
Oh, in Chicago? No way.
Here she is telling her side of the story.
I pulled over and put my hazards on right outside of my building because I put my laundry by the door. I was away from my car for 30 seconds, and when I came back, there was a woman, and she was saying that I can't park there, and she got in my face, like, you need to move, and I was like, okay, and I was trying to explain to her that I was just gonna leave. I spit a little bit, like I was talking. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but like you're talking, and she was like, you spit on me, and she just open hand punched me right here, like palm to the cheekbone.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. That's the climate we're in right now. I mean, I guess if you think you got spit on, it's one thing, but it sounds like this lady that had double parked or wasn't allowed to park there was just in and out getting her laundry or something like that. And then, I mean, we've all done that, right? It's been the most embarrassing thing when you're casually chatting with somebody and you accidentally spit on them. Like a little bit of spittle comes out.
And you see it flying.
And, you know, it's almost like slow motion. It's happened to me 100 times. Especially if you're talking to somebody like of importance, like maybe your boss or somebody like that, and that happens. I mean, we've all had. Kyle, you've spit on people, right? Armando?
Oh, I do it all the time.
I mean, you're a semi-professional wrestler.
I sweat on people too.
You bleed on people.
I bleed on people as well.
Sometimes you even put your midsection in their face.
Yeah, Rathbone.
So, but I mean, if people just get worked up over the dumbest crap. And welcome to 2022.
Is this anything? A woman took to TikTok claiming that a DoorDash employee left a fat-phobic note in her girlfriend's junk food order. Fat-phobic, which I've never heard that term before.
Okay.
Here she is complaining about the note, and take a listen to this.
My girlfriend, who by the way is disabled and has digestive issues, ordered some junk food that she could eat, and you guys sent a message in it that said an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh no.
They're saying the DoorDasher put that note in the delivery?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. And by the way, I mean, we live in a society today that embraces obesity, right? I mean, you can't fat shame somebody anymore. They put you on the cover of swimsuit issues at Sports Illustrated.
Right. Lizzo's a big fat woman, and like, I mean, she walks around wearing thongs and people love it.
And nobody talks about how that's like a huge risk factor when you're talking about coronavirus is severe obesity, and it's embraced like it's a virtue. Like, I don't know, man. Hammer, if all of a sudden, like, you went the other way, you lost 50 pounds. Are you down 50?
I'm down 49.4. I've got 0.6 to go.
Like, I've known you, I don't know, how long we've known each other, like a decade or so? Too long, for sure. But, like, if you went the other way and you blew up to, like, 500 pounds and you weren't stopping, I might pull you aside and say, hey.
Oh, shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
No, I wouldn't say that. I can't top that. Let's go. I can't do it.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
When physical therapy didn't work,
When rest and medication didn't do the job. When your doctor says now's the time. Rise up to back and neck pain with spine surgery from IU Health. We offer convenient access to highly skilled spine surgeons from Indiana's only nationally recognized healthcare system. Our team of multidisciplinary specialists work together on the best surgical option to get you back to doing the things you love. Visit iuhealth.org/spinecare to learn more.
You got to get this deal now from Window Nation before the holidays roll in and the cold air rolls in. If windows are sticky, they're drafty, they're cracked, they're foggy, they're hard to open, or they're locking when they close, you need new Window Nation windows like I had. They're energy efficient, and right now the deal's killer. Get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. Pay nothing with no interest until 2025.
Even if you're just thinking about getting windows, you're not quite sure, but you're thinking about it, call Window Nation today so you get this deal. Lock the deal in right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Any style, and there's no limit. You want to buy 4, you get 4 for free. And here's the best part. You don't pay anything until 2025. No payments, no down payments, no interest, nothing until 2025. What are you waiting for? Call right now, 866-90-NATION, 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. But you have to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
This is Ryan again, owner of Plumbing, Heating, Paramedics, your trained comfort specialist. Buying a new air conditioner or furnace is a big decision and can be pricey. That's why we recommend getting 3 quotes. Just make sure we are one of them. Why? Because the PHP guarantee says, if I can't beat a competitor's price by 10%, then I will give you $100. Dad always said, do quality work and serve every customer better than your competition. So let our family serve you. Visit saving10%.com, and remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Come back to the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, 2 shows. Sunday, December 11th. Cambridge Fieldhouse. Millions have made this their must-see holiday event of the season. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestras, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, The Best of TSO, and more.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They knew each other. Sunny and 83 on Monument Circle with nothing on radar. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:32. The murder at a West Side daycare Friday morning was domestic related, says Indianapolis Metro Police. A woman was shot and killed while dropping off her kids.
The suspect is identified as 33-year-old Orlando Mitchell, and he was shot at least once by IMPD officers.
IMPD officer Simone Burris says Mitchell was holding a rifle when police found him a few hours after the daycare shooting. He's in stable condition at a hospital. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office is expected to file murder charges. The White House is criticizing Republican governors again for busing and flying illegal immigrants to blue states. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre accused Texas and Florida governors Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis of using human beings as political pawns that don't actually solve any immigration problems. Russia still has not responded to a U.S. offer for a prisoner swap involving Americans Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan.
I think that's a better question put to our Russian colleagues. We made a serious offer. We want them to accept it.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby during a White House press briefing. He said President Biden remains fully committed to getting the Americans out of Russian prison cells. And the Colts travel to Jacksonville this weekend, where they hope to get their first win of the season. Head coach Frank Reich wants the team to be prepared for Sunday.
Our object here is for us to get ready. Really focus, bring focus and intensity day by day to our work on the details and improve from last week.
The Colts haven't beaten the Jaguars on the road since 2014. They tied 20-20 when they played the Houston Texans last week. Your stock report, the Dow fell 139 points to 30,822. The Nasdaq also down, dropping 103, closing at 11,448. The S&P 500 fell 28 points to 3,873. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:34.
Don't you love fall in Indy, but you hate the paint? Well, do what your neighbor Mark did. He called Rhino Shield.
It's a two-story home built in 1992. Around 2001, looking at needing to paint, I heard a radio ad, with Rhino Shield, you won't have to paint again for another 25 years.
That's because Rhino Shield's not paint. It's better.
They're very professional. We had everything done. Everything that would typically be painted on a house was done, and it was very fast.
All right, Indy, get the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 15% off the regular price.
It was done in 2001 and still going strong. From what I've seen on our home, they can easily offer a 25-year guarantee and not worry about it.
Here's owner Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
No paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
With traffic on the 5s at 4:35. Here's Matt Bear.
Harrison eastbound 70 is stopped big time going to Hancock County. It is Post Road out to Mount Comfort Road because of a semi that broke down in the construction zone. The construction zone is blocked right down those eastbound lanes, meaning US 40 is the way to get around this. Also, crash northwest side coming down from Pike at southbound 465 on the ramp to southbound 65. That ramp is open, but it is partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Help favors B Window fight ovarian cancer during September. B Window will donate up to 1% of sales to help fight ovarian cancer. Visit bwindow.com for symptoms and details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
A few clouds throughout the night tonight. It will be dry for Friday night football games. Lows near 63. A little bit of patchy fog early Saturday morning. Otherwise, some sunshine for the afternoon. Warmer highs near 86. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Harrison Silcox. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
And we're back. The Hammer and Nigel Show, 93 WIBC.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff, breaking the law.
Have we found out the Supreme Court leaker? Like, what's the update with whoever leaked out the draft opinion of Roe v. Wade earlier this year before it was officially was ready to be released? Obviously, it was done to intimidate Supreme Court justices and try to change their mind on Roe v. Wade. We all know that, but who did it is the question.
Well, Nigel, we don't know because the feds and the Department of Justice were too busy shaking down the MyPillow guy. They had way too many things on their plate to worry about who the leaker was in the Supreme Court.
Those pesky moms and dads that were showing up to school board meetings.
Right.
All right, labeling them domestic terrorists.
The ancillary players that once got Donald Trump a cup of coffee. Yes, these are the people that have warranted our attention.
Okay.
But it sounds like we might be possibly getting a little closer to some answers.
No way.
Supreme Court Justices Kagan and Gorsuch kind of hinting that we could get some information by the end of this month.
Really?
Kagan made an appearance in New York and said she expects the justices to be updated on the investigation by the end of this month. And before that, Gorsuch mentioned that the leak inquiry was ongoing and the investigation could come to a conclusion pretty soon.
Yeah, whoever did it needs to go to jail because it was a clear attempt to intimidate and coerce Supreme Court justices, resulted in violent protests outside their homes, their private residence, resulted in the attempted assassination of Kavanaugh. And no question that this person had an agenda, whoever did it.
Whoever it is, Republican or Democrat, whoever you are, if you leaked it, then you should face every bit of consequence that comes along with it. Some more legal stuff, and this is the story where people say, I hate lawyers, and sometimes you have to agree with them. There was a teenager who was raped and got revenge and killed the rapist, and now that teenager has to pay $150,000 to the predator's family.
Whoa. Hold on. She was a victim of human trafficking. She killed her rapist, and they have to pay her? The family has to pay the victim?
No. The family of the predator is going to get $150,000 from this teenager who was human trafficked and raped. The horrible bastard that's no longer with us, the family filed a wrongful death lawsuit and won $150,000.
How does that happen?
So, according to the Des Moines newspaper of record here, Piper Lewis, 17 years old, was sentenced on Tuesday in the June 2020 stabbing death of Zachary Brooks, 37 years old. The judge deferred Lewis's potential 20-year sentence. He told her that he had no choice but to order she pay restitution, which is mandatory under the law in Iowa.
What sort of effed up law says you got to pay six figures to your alleged rapist's family after you kill them and being trafficked for 2 years?
Now, does this make you feel any better or not? A GoFundMe was set up, and it's already over $200,000. So she's not going to have to pay anything. But still, the family of this rapist that held her against her will, that used her in human trafficking, was ordered by a court to receive $150,000.
By the way, you mentioned her age, 17. She was 15 when she stabbed this guy to death, when she killed him, when she killed her kidnapper and trafficker. 15 years old. She thought it was the only way she was going to be able to get out of the situation she was in. The only way she was going to be able to escape. This guy deserved to die. And now you've got, so your question is, does it make me feel better that there's a GoFundMe? Yeah. I wouldn't have paid a dime either way if I was this girl's family. And I don't know. I wouldn't. I still wouldn't. You got all this money, I'd give it to charities and awareness groups. I would not pay this a-hole and his family a dime. I don't care what it cost me. I don't care what the ramifications were. You do not get a dime. This guy deserved to die. He kidnapped me. He trafficked me, raped me.
When you were 15 years old.
15 years old. Yeah, whatever laws in Des Moines, Iowa are just, that's effed. Sorry. Wish I could cuss.
This kid is a hero. And I say kid.
Yeah.
17 now, but was 15 at the time of these horrific.
Deserve a medal.
Right. Absolutely. 100%. Man, that's an effed up story. So I take you to this story. More legal stuff. A woman was ordered to pay $9,000 for telling her daughter to punch basketball opponents on the court.
Oh, I saw this.
California mom who instructed her daughter to punch opposing players during a game has been ordered to pay $9,000. Garden Grove resident Shanti Hunt, 44 years old, she managed to avoid a possible 1-year jail sentence as she appeared in court, but she was ordered to hand over all of the money, a letter of apology to the victim, also to the victim's parents, and both schools. This is according to the court documents.
It's an awful video. Yeah, this 15-year-old girl who's a giant, shot like a three-pointer, and a girl from the opposite team, much smaller than her, kind of tried to block it. They both fell down. Oh, my God. I just watched it again. And so this girl's mom stands up and says, what did she say?
You better hit her for that.
And she did. Cold cocked her. Blindsided her. Almost kind of throat punched her, almost, with her complete forearm. And so so the woman had to pay, the woman that said hit her had to pay $9,000. And then I don't see anything about any repercussions, the girl that actually did the hitting. I mean, this is a vicious hit. She should never be allowed back to play team sports. The mother should never be allowed back in that gym again. And the teenage girl that threw the punch happens to be the daughter of former NBA player Corey Benjamin.
Oh, wow.
If that name rings a bell.
So there's some athleticism that runs through the family there a little bit. But, man, this is another reason why people don't want to be referees involved in this kind of stuff. Whether it's ridiculous things that the players are doing, ridiculous requests from the parents. If you've got kids in sports right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a shortage of referees because there are losers like these people, and that's what they are, losers that can't keep their mouth shut, sit there, cheer on your kid. Instead, they're picking fights with the referee. They're chasing the referee to their car after games. I see it all the time, man, and it's ridiculous, and it has to stop. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The Chill has arrived with a cool cash instant rebate of up to $1,550 on your complete carrier system or special financing up to 72 months from Masters Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts with a 10-year parts and 3-year labor warranty, standard on every job, and their apples-to-apples price match guarantee. The Chill is no problem with a cool cash rebate from Masters. Online at mastersheatcool.com.
We are Masters.
Innovation in cancer treatment doesn't just bring a new level of care, it brings a new level of hope. At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, we're providing access to even more potentially groundbreaking Phase 1 clinical trials to our communities. And any one of them could lead to the next big breakthrough, setting us all on a path to eliminating the disease once and for all. Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Hey, it's Big Joe for Absolute Comfort, your trusted independent American Standard Air dealer. Owner Chris Wedekin sells the ductless Mitsubishi Electric Mini Split, which is a great option to heat and cool individual spaces while blending into the decor.
You want your poker room to be dressed up, you could take a vinyl wrap and put on these. If you like the more modern look, they have styles in black, silver, and pearl white that would be more aesthetically pleasing for your rooms.
Find out more at AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your trusted independent American Standard Air Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible gateway.
What does Hancock Health's membership in the Mayo Clinic Care Network mean for you? It means our independent health network now has access to the knowledge and resources of the world leader in medicine. It means your Hancock Health doctor can now consult with Mayo Clinic specialists to confirm a diagnosis or treatment plan. And it means that together, we're making health possible for you. Learn more about our new clinical collaboration at hancockhealth.org/Mayo Clinic.
This is Ryan Newman for Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I love my family, and I appreciate every moment we spend together. We've talked about some pretty tough stuff over the years, and one thing they know for sure is that I've signed up to be an organ donor. So the next time you're with your family, take a moment and let them know you love them, and be sure they know your decision to be an organ donor. You can learn more at donatelifeindiana.org.
Your Indiana adventure is near. Come to Grant County this year.
Celebrate a fun 50s weekend in Grant County, Indiana. September 22nd through 25th. Cruise over to the Ducktail Run in Gas City and the James Dean Run in Fairmount. 2 of the Midwest's coolest classic car shows. Honor the era of hot cars and cool cats and celebrate where cool was born. Get details at showmegrantcounty.com. Grant County, Indiana. Classic cool.
Indiana adventure is near. Come to Grant County this year.
Our average client received over $54,000 with a simple cash-out refinance. Learn more today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
NMLS number 1326241.
The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show
gathers interior and exterior home improvement experts
ready to turn your dreams into reality.
September 23rd through 25th at Grand Park.
SuburbanIndieshows.com.
Help B Window fight ovarian cancer. During September, B will donate up to 1% of sales to help fight ovarian cancer. This is Pam Favor. BWindow.com for symptoms and details.
Trust me.
All right, Matt Baer, what's up?
Eastbound 70 stopped from Post Road, not quite to Mount Comfort Road, starting to lighten up at the front of the line, so at least we're moving again. We had a disabled semi in the construction zone. Crash northwest side, it's on the ramp from southbound 465 to southbound 65. Ramp is open, partially blocked. And south side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic 70 over to Emerson. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Help favors B-Window, fight ovarian cancer. During September, B-Window will donate up to 1% of sales to help fight ovarian cancer. Visit bwindow.com for symptoms and details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Sunshine and 85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
I think it's awesome.
The Hammer and Nigel Show on 93 WIBC.
You rock.
Do you know many Steely Dan songs?
This is pretty much it.
Well, you know, Reelin' in the Years.
Yeah.
The Reelin' in the Years. I don't know.
I probably would know more songs if you told me what they were, but off the top of my head, I'm not a huge Steely Dan guy.
But somebody did a mashup of this song, Do It Again, from Steely Dan, and listen to what they mashed it up with. If you go ahead. Motley Crue.
Is this Looks That Kill?
We're going to keep going. Turn it up, Mondo. Come on.
Let's go.
It's pretty good.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Come on. Keep going.
Yeah! Woo!
I was waiting for that.
Okay.
I think Steely Dan Motley Crue mashup greater than Steely Dan Do It Again by itself.
And I think it's greater than the original Looks That Kill,
right.
too.
I think I'd rather listen to that than either one of the original versions of those songs.
It's one of those rare mashups that everybody's a winner in this thing. According to a new survey, just 47% of Americans can name all three branches of government. And keep in mind, these people have the same amount of voting power as you do. Mm-hmm. Only 47% can name all three branches of government. Megamondo, can you name all three branches of the government?
We've got executive, legislative, and judicial, I believe.
That's perfect. See, you, my friend, are possibly more qualified to be a United States House rep than, say, I don't know, AOC.
We work our butts off to make sure that we take back all three chambers of Congress, all three chambers of government, the presidency, the Senate, and the House.
No, that's not
The presidency, the Senate,
right answer.
and the House. And she is, it's just scary how big of a star she is. I mean, I'm going to call it like it is. I mean, she's a gigantic name in that party.
If she were ugly or fat, would she be as big of a star?
I'm not answering that
Serious question. If AOC looked like Joy Behar or that one fat chick from This Is Us, do you think she would be this level of a star? Would she be on the magazine covers? Would she, get the credit for the tax the rich dresses and all this kind of stuff? I don't think she would be. A poll found that there's 40 things you should do at least once by the time you're 40 years old. Now, I'm 44. Nigel, you're 46.
Yeah.
Mondo, how old are you?
36.
So you got 4 years left. So they broke these down into 5 different categories: relationship stuff, career stuff, traveling, living arrangements, and random life events. So Mondo, I'm going to run some of these by you. Let me know if you can check these off your box or if it's something you're interested in checking off before you turn 40. Fall in love.
I am in love.
Okay, so that was the number one answer.
Check.
Have a one-night stand.
I've been there, done that.
Have your heart broken.
I've been there, done that.
Get married and have a kid.
Haven't done either one of those yet, but that is something I'm interested in.
Okay, so that falls in the category of relationship stuff. Nigel, let me turn to you.
All right.
Career stuff. Did you have these things banged out by the time you were 40? Earn a degree.
I don't have a college degree. No.
Reach management level.
Yes.
Get fired.
Yes.
Start a business.
I mean, we started our podcast, kind of the LLC thing, didn't we? I mean,
yeah,
does
we
that
did.
count?
We had enough money to run on and have free drinks on. Land your dream job.
Yes, of course.
Volunteer for something.
Yeah, earlier in my, I've definitely done that. Not recently, but when I was a teenager, volunteered for a bunch of stuff.
And save for retirement.
Yes.
So those are the things in career. Mondo, back to you. This falls in the category of traveling. Again, these are things that you should have accomplished by the time you're 40 years old. Go on a cruise.
Never been on a cruise.
Survive.
Go whale watching.
Define whale. Because I look at you two every day.
Okay,
Thank you.
right.
I'll be here all night.
Oh, that could fall under the one-night stand category in my 20s. Hey, Nigel, heard you went whale watching the other night.
They're not all 10s, kid. Fly first class at least once.
I never have.
Nope. I've never done that either.
Neither have I.
I've never flown first class. All right, last one here. We'll skip some. Random life events. Have a really bad hangover.
Been there.
Tomorrow.
Right now.
Win at least $10 on a lottery ticket.
Yes, that has happened.
Oh, yeah.
Go skinny dipping.
Done that.
No, I don't think so.
Fight somebody.
Done that as well.
Never been in a fight.
Damn, Mondo's not even 40 and he's lived more than you have, Nige. Come on. This weekend, that's your assignment. Go get in a fight.
All right.
It's the Hammer and
no
Nigel
problem.
Show.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. In the last year, we've seen our competition double, even triple their delivery charges. Thompson Furniture and Mattress still delivers for free within 75 miles of Columbus. White glove delivery and setup from the best team anywhere, and it's all for free. Whether it's your Lazy Boys, Smith Brothers, Tempur-Pedic, outdoor furniture, it doesn't matter. It's delivered free. Guaranteed best price plus free delivery only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
There's nothing more important than time. Time for you and time for family. If issues like high blood pressure or high cholesterol run in your family, make time for highly skilled heart care too. At Indiana University Health, you can book a same-day appointment with the state's most preferred provider of cardiovascular care. See a top cardiologist today, then get back to what's most important without skipping a beat. Visit iuhealth.org/heart to book your appointment today.
Hey, look, you want to sell your house, but maybe you're worried because your home needs costly repairs or upgrades, or maybe you're worried you missed the boat on selling for maximum price. Well, let me recommend Mark Dietl to you, the only real estate agent I'd trust to sell my home. For Bruce and Carol in Indy, it was time to downsize and important for them to grab as much equity as possible. You know, they heard the market was slowing, but Mark made sure to get him the price they needed. Multiple offers. In just a few weeks, they sold for $20,000 over asking. And with Mark Dietl, there are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time.
Mark Dietl is the only agent that we recommend and trust. Mark Dietl guarantees multiple offers in 3 days at full market value, or he will list it for free. Call Mark Dietl today, 755-4232, or go to markdietl.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietl.com. Tell him Hammer and Nigel sent you.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet and security for just $60 a month when you add mobile and save $480 your first year. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New Comcast Business 250 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep all services for 12 months to receive discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Come back to the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. 2 shows. Sunday, December 11th, Cambridge Fieldhouse. Millions have made this their must-see holiday event of the season. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestra's The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, The Best of TSO, and more.
When the weather turns severe, turn to the WIBC Storm Desk, presented by Technology Recyclers. Securely destroy electronic data. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes, police have identified the suspect who was shot by officers this morning. A man has been arrested for attempted murder after a standoff in Indy Thursday, and investigators have released more information on the fatal accident that killed a congresswoman last month. All that and more after Fox News Radio from the Shepherd Community Center studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Both sides are digging in. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. Republican governors vowing to keep sending migrants to other states as the White House condemns the move, calling it a political stunt and deferring any legal decisions about it to the Justice Department.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says it will be up to the Justice Department to follow up on any potential legal action from migrants being transported to Washington, D.C. and Martha's Vineyard.
This is dangerous. They're putting children's lives at risk. They're putting families' lives at risk.
The administration says Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis are treating migrants like chattel and political pawns. The governors say the Biden administration is not preventing thousands of immigrants from illegally crossing the southern border every day, putting a strain on local and state resources. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The Republican governors also accused the president of deadly policies, in part over the fentanyl that's also flowing across the southern border. Thousands more pills seized in Arizona.
5 pounds of fentanyl in brown bags that Border Patrol agents found strapped to the legs of a 15-year-old boy, a U.S. citizen who was on a shuttle going through a Border Patrol checkpoint in the Tucson, Arizona Border Patrol sector. More than 22,000 fentanyl pills in those brown bags. That 15-year-old boy obviously taken into custody. Then we'll move on to the next bus. This one at the CBP port of entry in Nogales, Arizona, where CBP agents there found 6,000 colored fentanyl pills, as well as 20,000 traditional blue fentanyl pills.
Fox's Bill Malusian says that bust also seized pounds of meth hidden in a car's gas tank. President Biden meeting today with loved ones of 2 Americans jailed in Russia, the wife of NBA star Brittany Griner and sister of former Marine Paul Whelan. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Violence outside of a daycare. 84 with clear skies downtown. Radar is clear now. There's no chance for rain later. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02. She was dropping off her kids at daycare this morning when she was shot multiple times and left for dead. Indianapolis Metro Police found the suspect, Orlando Mitchell, a few hours later and shot him.
Preliminary information leads our investigators to believe that this incident on Holmes is domestic related, and that the victim and the suspect were known to each other.
IMPD officer Simone Burris says Mitchell was still holding his rifle when the cops found him and that the officers ordered him to drop the gun. Body cam video captured everything, says Burris. Mitchell is stable and expected to face murder charges. A woman is in the hospital after she was shot early this morning on the east side. IMPD says she was found in a residential area off 56th Street, just west of I-465. One person was detained, but officers did not say if that person was the shooter. The man who shot at police during a standoff Thursday morning has been arrested. Brian De La Torre is charged with attempted murder. The standoff started when police went to serve a search warrant related to a shooting at a business on Mass Ave. A total of 4 people were arrested. Last month, Indiana Congresswoman Jackie Walorski was killed in a car crash. Jaden Arnold reports on what investigators know.
The SUV carrying Representative Jackie Walorski was speeding, going around 82 miles per hour, and had little time to slow down. St. Joseph Republican Party Chair Zachary Potts was driving and trying to pass the truck in front of them, but couldn't avoid an oncoming vehicle. They slammed that vehicle head-on, killing everyone involved. Cell phone information also says that no one was using a phone during the crash. Jaden Arnold, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
They took a wrong turn and drove into a sinkhole. Evansville Water and Sewer Utility crews were getting ready to fix a water main break early Friday morning when a van driving the wrong way went straight into the sinkhole that was big enough to trap the front of the vehicle. Crews were able to pull the van out later. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
Chantilly engagement ring, Caspian sapphire and diamond wedding band, Venus ruby and diamond wedding band. You've got to come to Shane Company to see our uniquely designed rings. Our in-house design team travels the world for inspiration to bring you stunning new styles in every price range. Try on any ring, hold it in your hand and feel its weight. Look closely at it. You'll be amazed with the design and the details. A Shane Company ring looks gorgeous from every angle. Choose from a range of engagement ring styles, from timeless classic rings to decorative floral rings, in platinum, yellow gold, white gold, and our lovely signature shade of rose gold. You'll see our team's passion for beautiful design when you look at our wedding bands as well. The largest selection of high-quality bands for everyone and every budget. Your rings are a symbol of your everlasting love. Visit the store or shop online to find the perfect rings for you.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Get a great deal on Kubota M-Series utility tractors. Our powerful, versatile lineup is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. So whether you need to mow, rake, stack, lift, or pull, get it done right with Kubota M-Series utility tractors. Right now, get Kubota M-Series utility tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus save up to $3,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Fishers and Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota, or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
With traffic on the 5s at 5:05, here's Matt Baer.